Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk a little bit more about hypersonic missile technology and the mine shaft gap, and a script that anybody who wasn't alive during the Cold War needs to get used to. Recently, the Chinese did a test involving hypersonic missiles. U.S. media went wild, saying that U.S. intelligence was stunned and made it appear as though the United States was really far behind on this technology. Made it seem as though the Chinese had a substantial edge. Now that our foreign policy has shifted to countering near peers, China and Russia, you're going to see more and more of this. Welcome to the arms race portion of the show. So, what have we discovered since then? At the time, I said I wouldn't worry too much about this. We probably have technology that is classified and isn't publicly known. We do know that we have these programs out there, so on and so forth. So, 3 contracts were handed out by the Missile Defense Agency. One went to Lockheed Martin, another went to Northrop Grumman, and the third went, of course, to Raytheon Missile and Defense. The thing is, this isn't for hypersonic missiles. It's for a GPI. That's a glide phase interceptor. This is something to shoot down hypersonic missiles. It'll go on an Aegis, so it'll be shipborne. If you read the reporting about these contracts going out, there's some interesting little tidbits in it. First, all 3 of these companies have experience with hypersonic missiles. Northrop was so involved in 2019 that they built a brand new facility in Alabama to deal with hypersonic technology. That mineshaft gap doesn't seem so pronounced now. It seems as though the U.S. has been working on it for years. In fact, there is some equipment, such as the Spy-6 radar, that the Navy took delivery of more than a year ago that is capable of tracking it. So this is on the defensive side. This is shooting this thing down. Now keep in mind, just a month ago or so, the media made it seem as though these things were unstoppable. They're not. And we're well on our way to having that product. There's also something about a low Earth orbit satellite to track it. Now, it is relatively safe to assume that since we are this far along on the defensive side, that the U.S.'s hypersonic capabilities are probably far more advanced than the media or Defense Department is letting on. This is one of those situations where what the American public doesn't know, well, that's what makes them the American public. It's secret. This script, this chain of events, where a foreign power, specifically China or Russia, has some technological advance that makes the news. And the U.S. military establishment is like, yeah, we don't know how to do any of that. Shock. And then a little while later, you find out they've been working on it for years and have already taken delivery of some equipment and have already fielded some stuff. Get used to this. If you weren't alive during the Cold War, if you didn't study it, understand this is going to play out over and over again. It's a back and forth. It's cat and mouse, and this is how arms races begin. So that seems pretty likely. For those who were concerned about it, it does appear that the United States probably has a lot more parity with China and Russia than the government is letting on. Just the little tidbits that are showing up in the reporting suggest that we are much further along than anything they said at the time of the Chinese test. So anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.